Hello and welcome back to Finbar Builds. God, I said that title wrong again. So, today we're finishing off the factory. God, I'm getting it wrong. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to show you firstly what I did off camera a bit. I messed around with some of the mini blocks and learnt quite a lot about them, and had a bit of fun and made the sort of lobby area quite cool. So you see all these desks and stuff. They're not quite done. I need to put chairs and little computers and I don't know, shelves and stuff and files and stuff on here. But I made it look pretty cool. So there's pillars, and it looks like a proper lobby now. And the railings I'm pretty proud of. They look awesome. And if you look at the top of this archway in here, I used the little blocks to make it nice and cool, because you can't actually get that kind of effect without using them. I mean, if you have a look at the lobbies and this little bridge over bit, oh my god, it looks good. So this is using marble strip paneling, and it looks amazing. And I need to flesh it out a bit more, but it looks really good in my opinion, with all the this especially giving you a glimpse of what's going to be in the interior of a lot of my buildings. This is going to be like the overseers just shouting down at their staff, get back to work. Oh, it's going to be good. I'm going to RP the shit out of all the inside of the buildings, so they're going to have so much detail. So this isn't even done yet, so I think it looked pretty impressive. And yeah, we're going to have a look around with the rest of the stuff we do, and then get back into building. So this episode we're going to finish off the whole of the sides of this and the roof, so that next time we can start putting machines in it. I'm tempted to build a massive crane on the outside as well. This actually uses frames to rotate, move the things back and forwards. And if anyone knows how to use get Craft to work in Tekkit, let me know, because that means I can actually have the crane rotate, and that would be the coolest goddamn thing in the universe. So here I'm just sort of messing around with what I want to do at the top layer. I have no idea, and I completely changed it when I got to the outside because I really didn't work. So I try and build a ledge on the outside, and then I also realised that in a while that the windows are totally off center, and I just completely removed them. But here I am again using, you can't see it from this angle quite, but as I move in you'll be able to. I'm using stone posts here, well not stone posts, stone brick strips, and I'm making a railing around the outside, and it just looks so much nicer than using fences, because it's just so much better. So there you see I finished it off camera because it would have taken too long. And then I'm putting posts down, and also I didn't realise that this balcony was also off-centered, so I had to completely get rid of that and move it over one block, which is kind of annoying. So here I decided to do something different. I tried to use the little blocks a bit onto the outside to texture it up. So the windows are going to be framed with stone brick blocks of all different sizes, and I think it ends up quite well. I'm just sort of messing around with all different size blocks and seeing what works and what doesn't. And in the end I get a style that I really like. And here I'm trying to figure out what to do with the bloody windows at the top to make them not look so hideous. And I realised the best thing to do is just to get rid of them, because they just don't match up or anything like that. So I totally removed them after fiddling around through different methods. And there you go, you see what I did with the windows. So I just totally bricked them out the front and moved everything back to the centre. And I think that adds, just doing that, adds ridiculous amounts of depth. And now I'm adding lighting to the sides, just because it kind of needs it, because this is going to be the main back entrance where all shipments and stuff come in, and all the materials get shipped in, etc. Although we're going to have matter creation chambers, which is probably next episode, but we'll get to that another time. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. So this is going to be the main back entrance, where I'm going to have big rigs and all kinds of stuff out the back, for construction, all kinds of things. So that's going to be cool. So I'm not sure why I sort of put a balcony. I just felt like having a balcony. Maybe it can be where you take people on the guided tour to show them. I don't know. I'm not sure why you take people on a guided tour in a city, but never mind. And here I'm just sort of messing around trying to work out what's centered and doesn't. It's fine. So I go back into the inside, and as you can see, that wall is now exceptionally bland, so I put lighting in it. And I'm trying to figure out where I can put the lighting, and I realise I can actually just stick it down in the wall and actually hide all the cabling with panels, which is good because it makes it look so much neater. Like there. And there. And I level it up with each of the lighting strips below, so sort of stepped back, so it looks quite nice. And here I do the same thing, except with the center one I make it so that it's right in the middle, so rather than 2 it's 1, so it off centers it a bit, so you see me leaving the gap for 1. I'm trying to figure out where to put the cabling for this, because it's a bit of a mess of wires everywhere, but I managed to get it sorted in the end. And I think it looks good like that, just set back with just a plain brick wall. I don't have to have detail with everything, because this room's going to be filled with so much stuff that, your eyes are going to be struggling to think what to look at. If too much detail might end up ruining people. So I'm at the back here. You can see I've already put in that strip thing, which is covering up the lights that was in the centre, because it was showing on the back. So So I did that, and putting little blocks in again to make it look quite cool. And then again, you can see me actually this time fully designing how I did the windows on the other one. So here I'm just measuring out. Oh, I also put some more lights in, as you can see here, to break it up again. And I think this back wall looks really good overall. And just blocking around the windows again. And this time you'll get to see exactly how I built them up, because it's not going to skip. So I'm using little blocks to sort of make edges there, and you can see below like that. Now I'm building on the roof, and this is a mammoth task, I tell you. My god, it took me so long, but it looks amazing. So what I'm doing here, I'm just sort of framing it out, and for something of this scale you have to cut it into smaller blocks, because otherwise it's going to be impossible to do. And I changed it to night because I need to work out where I'm going to put lamps, because you can see the floor, the shadowing. I need to see where the shadowing was to see like where I can put the lamps to get rid of the shadows so it's actually lit up. So I'm just doing that now, and the lighting looks absolutely amazing on the inside as well. Once it's done, so I'm just this is basically just the framework. So I do the lighting first, get out of the way, because it'd be a nightmare to do if I built the whole roof. And I was trying to put lights in it afterwards. So all of this gets covered up afterwards. You can't actually see it from the top, but you can see it from the inside. So you can, it's like a still frame almost. It looks great from the inside. So that's the lighting done. And now I'm just blocking all around of it. So especially everything's going to be one block higher, so that I can actually cover everything up. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just covering over all the framework with an extra layer. It's going to be one higher up. And you'll see eventually that I gradually sort of, actually no, that's the next shot where I cover over everything. You'll see in a minute. And here you go, so you can see it almost looks like a spaceship. I'm just covering over all the lighting and the wiring, and so that it like gets out of the way. And you can see how massive it is just from this top-down view. It is really, really big, and it looks so great once I put everything on it. Trust me. So I'm just covering over these areas, and then I can start adding detail to the top, like so. So this, I just start off by working in sections and just sort of trying to figure out what to do. And it turns out quite nice, I think. So I'm putting lights here on the top, and these won't be able to be seen from the inside. So there's going to be different lights on the top and the bottom, and they're sort of parallel but not. So you can kind of see them. It's weird, it's hard to explain, but you can see when we go inside in a minute. So here I'm just sort of messing around. I decided to use basalt and glass and stairs and stone bricks for this, and not a lot else. And it's, even though I didn't use a huge amount of blocks, it ends up looking really good. So here I'm using stairs just to level stuff up, and now you can see what I was doing on that side, on the opposite side, but from the inside. So you can see where I'm putting the lighting, like sort of parallel to the one on the inside, but it will get covered up in the end. And then I'm putting glass in these gaps here, I believe. Yeah, I'm filling it with glass now. It's kind of hard to see because it's connected to texture, but that's great because it means it lets the light in really well, and no shadowing. And then paneling over, and that's what I did on both sides. So you can see that now, and now I am making the opposite side near the back entrance, I believe, and I'm putting another strip of light in and putting a raised up glass, this time with a stone brick in the centre, so it sort of splits it off. I just sort of just mess around with textures and stuff here, and just like put stuff up and down and mess around and break stuff around. So I don't know, I like experimenting, and I was just making different sizes, making them fit, and I'm making sure everything was actually level and not the wrong size. I think this bit here is the bit that looks the worst out of the whole roof, but it doesn't even look that bad in the end. But in my opinion, it's the worst bit, because it's just sort of really gaudy, sticking out basalt, and it's not really broken up too well. So it's just sort of like how do I even do this in the end? Do I put glass in it or not? I don't think I do. Oh yeah, no I do, I put 2 bits of glass, but I mean, as you can see, it's sort of very sticky outy. And then I mimic, oh actually I don't mimic it on the other side, because it's slightly shorter on this side, so I had to make it so it's slightly different. So I use the same similar pattern, but it's not identical to the opposite side. But it works just because the building is so huge that you literally cannot notice. Even if you're looking at a top-down view, it's really hard to tell that it's a few blocks out, so it's fine. And you'll see that in a minute when we get top-down views. And I decided just to do flat basalt there, because I decided, you know, not everything has to be extra complicated. So here you can see the top-down view, and it really does screw your eyes a bit. It's because I'm doing both sides at once. So I'm marking out another strips of light. They're going to be sticking out. and covering over. And then you can see me just sort of messing around figuring out what I'm going to put on these. And I realised that the basalt touching the stone brick steps looks naff, so eventually I'll redo that. And I always leave like a one gap so that it goes like stone brick steps, then the basalt. Sorry, the other way around. Basalt, stone brick step. Sorry, basalt, stone bricks, then stone brick steps. So there's like a one border gap. If you have two colours slamming into each other, like suddenly it just looks a bit dodgy. So as you can see, sort of directly in, oh, it's changed screen now, but I've just changed it off camera so it looks much nicer. And here I'm just putting in another little design window. Lots of raised windows and roofs on this building because it's so massive. There was no way you could just have this flat. It looked terrible. And I'm just putting little square panel windows in now. And nearly there. Now this side I have to do something different because it's slightly larger, and I end up going with a slightly simpler idea because I realised the roof doesn't actually have any flat areas on it. So I add some actual flat bits to it because, you know, I realised there's nothing wrong with actually having a flat space. When there's so much going on, you don't want to be overly texturising it. I had some basalt rims or like edging. It looks really nice, I think, like that. Just having it edged and then having lighting on top of it looks quite good. So I do that here. But this time the lighting's inside rather than sticking out directly. So it looks different to the just sort of strutted out lighting. And do it on the other side as well. And fill in that with stone on both sides. Cause I realised I was going to put glass in, but I realised just having stone is fine. Because I mean, look at this. It's not even that big a gap. And we are done, so we can have a look at this. So now you can get a better view of the balcony, or the front, in the darkness. And the whole front texture, it looks amazing, I think. I think I've done a good job, I hope you agree. So you can see like the stone balcony here, and the railings, stuff looks great, and all the side panels. And just the texture of it in general is just, I love it. I love what I've done with it. On the back side, which I like as well, I think it looks really great, and it does look like a factory, you know, in a sense, like a sort of a weird modern / futuristic factory, and that sort of bridging line where it goes to the military area. And just look at the size and the different textures on that roof. It's insane. Now that I look at it in a whole. So we're just panning over it, getting you like a closer up shot of some of the areas, and like overall views to show the detail I've managed to put in. And I love it. I don't know. I just think it's good. It's definitely going to be a major like sightseeing point. Like when you're standing in the tower in the other side of the city, you're going to be able to see this very clearly. Oh god, it's going to be great. So now we go inside, and the inside blows me away a bit as well. Just look at the roof and the lighting on the roof. Oh, it actually looks like a spaceship, like super futuristic. The lighting lights up most of the floor pretty well, and like the girdering of it being dropped down. I think that's a good job that I split it up like that. And I think it looks awesome. It's going to be great, like just sitting in here building machines. I'm just going to enjoy it just because I can just look at the roof and look at the walls and just like smile, realising I built something absolutely insane. So yeah, but look at all the just so much different. It's not flat. It's so much texture up and down and out. All the lights make a difference. I forgot to panel over that one area, but that's fine. And as you can see, walking the balcony, you're going to have to see a lot of stuff in here, and it's just going to be mega awesome once this is filled up with stuff. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please like and favourite because it took me a hell of a long time. Share it with friends because I want this series to get way more views, because honestly I don't think I've seen anyone build anything like this in Minecraft Tekkit before, or just Minecraft in general. So yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.